Hey everybody, Michael here from Replica Airguns with another tabletop video, except for we're not really on the table because this guy is just too huge, too long. Can't really do the tabletop videos with these long rifles. So I'm calling it a tabletop. It's just, that's because what I usually do is I call them tabletop reviews so you know what they're all about. Hard to do real close stuff, but I will bring this guy up here and show you, kind of it up in detail and everything. You're going to get a few more ums and ahs because I can't cut all of them out when I'm doing these videos because I'm in the frame here and it'd be all glitchy and it'd be like I'd be over here one second, I'd be over here the next. It'd look kind of weird. So you're just going to get all the raw junk in here. And I have my cheat sheet. I always use these, by the way, when I do my reviews because my memory just keeps getting worse as I get older. And I just don't remember all the details of every gun out there. Even if I read it, it just takes a little bit. So let's get on with it. This is the Gletcher. Let's see if we can get this up here. There it is. Okay, the Gletcher M1944. Now I'm going to try not to butcher the pronunciation. I've written it out phonetically here. It's called the Mosin Nagant. You don't say the T and you say Mosin Nagant, okay? So hopefully I'm getting it right. It's the CO2 BB rifle, right? And again, this is a tabletop video review. So we're going to go over the specs real quick here. So it's a replica of the Russian M1944 Mosin Nagant, okay? Now, I believe there's two guys that kind of made this gun, Mosin and Nagant. So they're both named on it. It's unclear who actually kind of designed it. Most people think Mosin did, but they say that he may have stole Nagant's actual sort of blueprints or whatever to make the gun. So there's some history you might want to look into about this gun. It's kind of interesting. Now, it's a bolt action repeater, as you can see here, right? Pretty cool. I'll get up and close and show you in a bit here. The wood is imitation wood. It does look very, very good, though. It's very believable. And pretty much the rest of the gun, including the bayonet, everything, magazine, bolts, rifle, the barrel, everything is all metal, okay? It does come with a sling. I didn't put it on because I thought it would be a little bit weird trying to get all that in there, but it's a nice, historically accurate sling. Okay, it does have a smoothbore barrel, and I'm unclear exactly on the length of the barrel. Most of the information I found, it was a 5-inch barrel. So it's almost like, and I'm going to compare it to the sawn off version in a bit. It's almost like they took the sawn off internals and just put a barrel on here. So it would have been nice if they had actually extended the barrel for perhaps accuracy, perhaps a little more power. But I'm sure it's going to work just fine. Okay, the overall length is 40.5 inches with the bayonet out, with the bayonet in, with the bayonet out, right? When you got the bayonet out, as you can see, it's a lot longer. It says here 52 inches, so you're gaining almost another foot of length with the bayonet out. We'll put that in because this is a metal bayonet and it is kind of dangerous. It's not like it's super sharp, but you could certainly hurt somebody with it. As a matter of fact, at SHOT Show, when I originally saw this gun, they weren't allowed to bring it out on the floor because of the bayonet, because they felt it was potentially a weapon. Like what they do with all the guns, you think all those guns, those are weapons at SHOT Show, but all of those guns have been, I guess they've been made so that they can't shoot. The firing pins and different things have been taken out of them so that even if someone were to load ammunition in them, they wouldn't shoot. But you could always stab somebody with a bayonet, right? So can't really stop that from happening. Pretty tough. All right, so again, 40.5 and 52 inches respectively, depending on where the bayonet's, what's happening with the bayonet. It does use a single 12-gram CO2 cartridge, right? So here's our magazine, right? And you can see here on the other side, the flip side, CO2 cartridge goes in there and the BBs go down this tray here, this trough. And so it's an all metal magazine. Oh, I should show you one more thing while we're here. How to get this thing out? Yeah, there it is. It's on the bottom. There is this really cool built-in piece here. That's the Allen key, and it's built right in. So you can pop it out. It pops right out, and you can adjust the CO2 screw. So everything's already in there. You don't have to go looking for an Allen key. That's kind of nice. All right. Again, I think I said it uses 4.5 millimeter steel BB, so it's a 4.5 millimeter steel BB gun. Again, CO2 and BBs are in the mag, all metal mag. 16 rounds go in the mag. This gun weighs in at 8.2 pounds, so it's heavy. 3,720 grams for you Canadians and Europeans. For you Americans, that's 4.2 pounds. The sights are adjustable for elevation only, okay? So you just basically pinch this, and the higher you go, the further it's gonna shoot, because it's raising as you go down here. The barrel comes down. As you go up, it's making everything go a little bit higher, so you're gonna get more elevation that way. But some people say, I've seen it on some sites, they say that it's actually adjustable for windage, but I don't see any windage adjustments on here, just elevation, okay? So that's, I'm gonna claim elevation only on this guy. Now, it's claimed 427 FPS. It can be field stripped very similarly to the real Mosin Nagant. So keep that in mind. I don't really know how to field strip it myself. I'd have to look into it, but it does field strip in the same manner, which makes me believe, and I've heard that some people are actually, they've taken, for instance, this guy, before this one is out, and I'll show you this a bit, this is the sawn off version, and added full stocks and everything to them, real ones. So you potentially, with maybe a little bit of, you know, work on your end, you might have to do a little bit of sanding and whatever to get it to work perfectly. The fit might not be perfect, but you potentially can use a real wood stock on here. So I've heard of people doing that, so that's kind of cool. Again, can be field stripped, taken apart like the original one. And this is distributed by Gletcher. The name Gletcher is SMG Inc., so Sports Manufacturing Group, that's the name of them. It's made in Taiwan. And so I'll get into this guy. I have reviewed the 1891 version. This one's a lot easier to show you. It's the same, you know, mechanism. It's the same magazine, right? Everything's pretty much the same. This is a 4.5 millimeter BB. Same sights and everything. There's obviously no bayonet. It's obviously got the shorter stock because it's the sawn off version. But this is a fun gun as well, right? This is a lot of fun, and I have done pretty thorough reviews on it, some field tests, some tabletop video reviews, so check that out. It's just the shorter, more compact version. Keep in mind, if you want a little bolt action rifle, kind of guy like this, this is about half the price. So if your budget's a little limited, go with the 1891 version. If you got a bit more budget and you want something that you can shoulder, which would be obviously a lot more accurate. I did struggle to get accuracy with this in my field test. When it wasn't rested and you're holding it, it's pretty tough to just kind of hold it out there and get really accurate shots because you're not shouldering it. So make sure that, you know, if you want a really more accurate version, then get this guy. I'm kind of looking forward to doing the field test shooting video to see how accurate it is, because the other one felt accurate. I just was I was struggling with it though. Okay, so there's not a lot I'm going to go over for pros and cons because, you know, it's a little tough. I haven't shot it or anything, so I don't know really how it shoots, but I've noted a couple things here just so that we're all on the same page. It's very heavy and realistic. The wood looks phenomenal. I mentioned that at SHOT Show, how realistic the wood looks. So that's really cool. It's, you know, in terms of weight, design, feel, it's very realistic. And again, the wood looks spot on, even though it isn't real wood. Lots of metal parts, including the fold-out bayonet, as I mentioned. So now, after I do the pros and the cons, I probably should have done this first, but I'm going to just show it around, just so you can see it a little closer, because it's always nice to see that. I try to do that a little bit more with my tabletop videos. Comes with a sling, that's nice. Breakdowns similarly to a real steel version. So again, you may be able to put wood stocks on there with a little bit of work on your part to get it to fit, but it should be possible. Now the bayonet, I'll show you that right now. The bayonet moves around a bit. It doesn't lock in totally tight. And you can see here, it scratched my wood stock a little bit. I'm a little sad about that. See how it moves around? So, you know what? You can get color match pens like for furniture. I've done that with furniture. So just get yourself that sort of yellowy brown one and you can touch this up, okay? It's not a huge deal. It kind of lies in behind the bayonet anyway. So if you do have the same problem on yours, get that little bit of, they're like wax pens or they're like a felt pen that color matches it. So you can color match it and just sort of fix that up a little bit, all right? So that's a little bit of a con that happens. What else? Oh, the inner barrel. That inner barrel being whatever it is, I think it's about 5 inches in length. I'm not sure why they didn't just put an additional longer barrel or lengthen the barrel somehow internally to get, you know, just a little bit more maybe FPS out of it. I'm not sure if it would affect the accuracy so much, because the sights affect the accuracy. The sight distance affects the accuracy a lot more than the barrel length does. But, you know, you never know, right? So let's just get up in here and take a look at this gun. So there's your bolt. Okay. Really nice. It's like a stainless steel polished bolt. Hopefully this is focusing there. Okay. You can see that, right? So when you put it back in, you can also put it on safe. So there's a little safety button there. See how you can put the gun on safe. Once it's cocked and ready to go, when it bolts back, you can fire it, right? The bolt does come out. I'm just trying to remember how, but it does come out. I know that. I just don't remember exactly how, but it will come out. Okay. Magazine obviously comes out, right? So you can see right through there. Right. Okay, I just want you to see this wood stock up nice and close. That's where the sling goes. There's your front sight, adjustable. There's your bayonet. Okay. It's a little dirty, I haven't cleaned it all up, but you see it's got the nice wide barrel opening. I'm just gonna rotate it here. There's your sling mount again. Here's the other side. Okay. Trigger guard, magazine well. Butt plate, metal butt plate. Okay. Again, that magazine just goes in there, no problem. Right? So, very realistic, nice gun, realistic wood, realistic weight. You know, there's not a ton of BB rifles out there. We're getting more and more all the time. A lot of AR style and some old MP40s and different things coming out. But it's nice to have a bolt action, right? A nice bolt action BB rifle that's not necessarily airsoft. It's nice to have that. I'm really glad that Gletcher brought these ones to market, because I think, you know, some people don't necessarily want the brand new style guns. They want some of these old school guns, some of these classic, you know, guns. And this is definitely one of them. This would make a great gun for a Halloween costume, since Halloween's coming up. So maybe, you know, if you've dressed in the part, an old military type soldier, and you need a rifle to go with it, Russian soldier, then this would be a cool prop. Just make sure you're safe. You know, don't walk around the streets holding this thing. You might get yourself in trouble. House party or something like that, you can probably get away with it, no problem. Just be safe, right? Whenever you're transporting these guns or bringing them out in anywhere public, you got to make sure you're not, you know, scaring people, right? All right, that's enough for this video. Thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. I forgot to mention, this is in our Canada and US store. We should have them in both stores. This guy sells for around 500 bucks Canadian. Again, if you want to spend a little bit less, get the sawn off version. Pretty much the same gun, just slightly different, you know, shorter, right? Without a bayonet, shorter stock. But both really nice guns. Both are going to shoot similarly, work the same way, have the same internal parts and all that. Okay, don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. If you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and accessories, then check out our Canada and US stores over at replicaairguns.ca and replicaairguns.us. Am I going to reach this? Until next time, take care.